Here we go. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about Battlefield REDSEC, the Battle Royale game mode for Battlefield 6, and what I think about it. So first, we're going to start off with the basics, the obvious, and that'll be the gameplay. Does it play smooth? Is the movement good? Is the movement too slow? Is the movement too fast? Is there balance in the weapons? And I want to say the gameplay is actually really good, especially when it comes to the weapons. I feel like you can use multiple weapons and you don't have to use the same weapon everyone else is using just to compete. And that's good, right? You don't want to end up having to use the same weapon and it becomes stale and you can't try different weapons out. I'm not saying that there's not going to be weapons that are better than others. I'm just saying that you don't have to use a meta weapon just to compete with everyone else. Now, I've used pretty much all types of weapons except I would say the shotgun at this point. I haven't really seen myself wanting to use a shotgun in this battle royale mode because I don't know, I feel like there's not too many times where I'm in close quarter situations unless I enter a building. And even then, I think I would just want an SMG at that point, unless I'm just trying to have fun and actually use a shotgun, because I do enjoy using shotguns, but I just haven't found myself using them in this game mode. But if you guys have and they work good, let me know down below. The assault rifles, of course, are really good. Now the DMRs, those are really good as well. I see a lot of people using LMGs. I haven't really tried to use the LMG much, but LMGs do seem to work pretty good, especially in battle royales where people have armor, they have more health, and you got to use way more ammo. You can probably take out 2 to 3 guys without reloading, maybe even 4 if you don't miss your shots. Now, I don't know how I feel about the custom weapon drop. Not only the feature itself, but just the way it looks. It looks funky. It's just this missile looking thing that lands in the middle of nowhere. I feel like at that point, just make a weapon crate, just make a custom loadout that floats out of the sky. Kind of like a care package or a care drop, something of that nature. Now that's just me nitpicking on the look, but I would assume everyone agrees that those custom weapon drops look funky. Now me personally, I'm a fan of the OG Battle Royale gameplay, where you don't get any custom weapons, you just gotta find your weapons and attachments on the ground. Just feel like that makes the game so much more worth it. But I understand games moved on, that was back in the day, and nobody's trying to go back in time. But speaking of going back in time, there's 2 things in this game mode that make me think of Blackout, Call of Duty Blackout, when I play this game mode. And that is the movement and the map. First, I want to go over the movement. The movement, now it's really hard to explain the movement. It's like a love and hate relationship, because I just don't know where I stand with it. It feels smooth, but at the same time, it feels sluggish. Especially with the parachute animation, it really makes me think of Blackout. There's like this sluggish feel to it, and especially when you hit the ground, there's like a thudding motion, a thudding sound. It feels like you're stuck in the mud once you land, and even when you're in the air trying to move around with your parachute, it just feels like you can't really do what you want. I feel like those things can be a lot smoother, and as far as moving around on your feet, I feel like you're able to move pretty fast, and I feel like as far as slide canceling, I know a lot of people are used to that. I've seen people doing it still, so if you're into slide canceling in Battlefield 6, apparently it's a thing. But I don't know how consistent it is. Now me, all I do is take out my knife and start running. You move really fast with it. I haven't ran across anyone that was slide canceling, but I did see a video of someone doing it, so that's just me giving you guys a heads up. You never know, man. You just gotta stay ready, because next thing you know, you wake up and everybody and their mom is slide canceling. And then once they start slide canceling, you gotta do the same just so you can compete. And then it's gonna be a slide canceling simulator. Do we really want a slide canceling simulator? I really didn't mind in Warzone. That was fun, but it's 2 different games here. Come on, it's 2 different games. Now let's talk about the map. The map isn't bad. I feel like the map is pretty decent. Now there's a lot of different places to land, but the question is, are those places good? Is every place equal? And I know not every spot is gonna be as good as the other, right? There's gonna be some spots that are better, but I just feel like there's only a couple spots that I actually enjoy landing, or I don't wanna say enjoy, but that actually have enough loot that actually is effective. Because me and my boy, we would go to the golfing area, and that spot is actually terrible, man. I think it's a fun spot to land, but there's literally no loot. There'll be a lot of loot in the main golf course building, but if you don't want to land there and you actually go across the field and loot a house, the houses literally have no loot, man. You gotta loot like all 3 houses just to get fully geared up, which is not the worst thing in the world. I just feel like they should put a little more loot in the game, at least from my experience. I haven't landed everywhere in the game, but the majority of the places I've landed, I just feel like I'm always low on loot, even if I have the place to myself. I feel like I'm always struggling to get armor plates unless I down somebody, which is okay, but I don't know, when I'm looting up 3-4 buildings and I only have 2 armor plates, I feel like I should have a lot more. Now, one thing that will get you more loot is doing actual missions in game. That's a pretty cool feature. If you do these missions, you'll get like kill streaks and weapons, and I feel like that's cool because not only will it give you loot, but it'll also keep you busy, especially if you're not running across a lot of enemies. It'll keep you busy and have you prepared once you actually come across more enemies. But yeah, the map actually does remind me of Blackout for some reason. I feel like there's a lot of more open space rather than a lot of buildings being around, which is cool. It's just going to lead to a lot of more long range fights. I find myself in a lot of long range fights, especially towards the middle and end of the game. I find myself in a lot of close range fights at the beginning because everybody's still looting up. They don't have their loadout or their loadout weapon. I do like the fact that you can destroy almost anything on the map, especially if you're running and you come across a gate that's in the way. You can pretty much just destroy that gate and keep it moving. You don't have to go all the way around, and basically one hit will take it down. Now, I do like the fact that airstrikes destroy everything. The buildings get torn down, and the tanks pretty much destroy everything too, but those tanks might have to be nerfed. I'm pretty sure I don't have to explain why. If you guys played the game so far, you know what I'm talking about. Now, there's 2 last things I want to talk about, and that is the circle closing in as fire and having no gulag. Now, with these battle royale games, we're used to the circle doing a little bit of damage over time, or the damage increasing as the game gets closer and closer to an end. But this fire thing is pretty cool because not only does it have a crazy effect when you're a certain distance from the fire, you know, if you're like 60 meters away or something, your whole screen will start turning red, warning you to get away. And if you get really close, you're pretty much taken out almost instantly. So really, you can't make any circle plays, which is something we're used to. But at the same time, even if you're not in the circle and you're sort of close to it, it still makes you feel like you're in the circle, right? With that effect it has on the screen, and it's still warning you to get away. So you can still sort of have those cool plays next to the fire, and it'll just look crazy like a cinematic movie. Now, as far as having no gulag, I think that's a great thing. I actually dreaded the gulag, man. I think everyone pretty much did. With this game, they just pretty much give you a free respawn, and then after that, you'll have to be brought back by your teammate, which is a good thing because you're gonna get a guaranteed chance. You don't have to fight for your second chance, and it's an even better thing because you don't gotta see the dang gulag. But anyways, with that being said, I think Battlefield REDSEC is fun to play, especially with it being free. The gunplay is good. I feel like the map is good. I do think the map can be better, but it's not game breaking. It's still playable. I just get that Blackout feeling whenever I see it. I don't get a new vibe. I wanted a new vibe, something different, something that stood out, and I just feel like I'm not getting that. But that's just my opinion. If you guys never played Blackout, it's probably completely new to you. You probably do not get that feeling, and that's even better for you. And like I said, the fire instead of having a storm or gas is really cool. I like that effect. I love the destruction in the game. The fact that you can destroy every building is amazing. Having no gulag is amazing. I would just like them to throw in some solos and trios soon, but obviously that really has nothing to do with the game. They're gonna end up doing that eventually. With that being said, guys, I think Battlefield REDSEC is good, but is it better than multiplayer? I would have to say no, man. I'm really loving multiplayer in Battlefield 6, and that is something crazy for me to say because I'm a battle royale type of dude, but this Battlefield 6 multiplayer is amazing. But I would still play REDSEC. It's free, it's still good, and if you want to switch over to battle royale sometimes, it's definitely worth it. Let me know what you guys think down below about the game mode. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.